those stories?
Uh, so, just like I said, in strangers that come to town, it is that the witches are controlled
That's
by
right.
the members of the society. They are, by their jeers and by their rumors, they are controlled by the society.
Yeah.
In Brave New World, the people, the citizens are controlled by the world stage through technology, through conditioning, through soma. In the Tempest, the the lords and the kings and so on are controlled by Prospero through his magic, through Ariel,
Right.
and through his authority.
Sorry, I heard you, but it was cutting out. So I was like, I can't get
Okay.
you to, but okay. I'll just watch the video again. It's not a problem. I think somebody's microphone, is somebody in your house, Peng Zhang? I can hear somebody moving in the background. Is somebody moving back there? It's cutting out on
I,
my side. Okay,
I see.
that's okay. I got it. Okay, good. Now, why did you do this by hand or is this
No,
graphic?
no, no. Each photo is from
Yeah,
the
somebody's,
Google, but I merged them to. So it's three different pictures. I merged them together, changed some colors to make it,
yeah,
just black and white. So the first initially it wasn't black and white, it was other colors, and there are some other things. So I removed them all and then make them black and white and only put the part I wanted, and
yeah.
then put them together.
I like it. And it's interesting that you and Ariel have the same color scheme mostly. Ariel has a couple of extra
Yeah.
colors, but the both of you use black, red, and white as the main colors. It's really interesting. I also like the
Yeah.
images you chose. You have overlap with the puppet image, but you also use the image of kind of, in my mind, the technology one is the electric chair. Do you know what the electric chair is? Kind of like
It's a,
used in prisons. It
yeah.
used to be for killing
Oh
people,
yeah, yeah,
actually,
to kill people. Yeah.
prisoners. But the idea of a hat with the electronic wiring, very good. In terms of relating it to the text, and then society from the Duvaches as well, pointing. Yeah, like the first image of the pointing. Nobody likes pointing to be pointed at. When people point at you, it's a very kind of emotional gesture or action. Yeah, good job. So I'm going to give you a reaction. So I've never played with these reactions. How about that? All right. Any other positive comments or positive comments for this poster here? You can type it in the chat box or
I like
use your microphone. Go ahead.
in the middle. You mentioned that the guy doesn't have eyes, and it kind of represents in Brave New World the citizens were blind to the world state's control. That was good.
Did you take out the eyes? I can't remember. I couldn't hear it really. Did you take out the eyes or did you color it in?
I colored it.
Yeah, that's a good choice. That's a good idea to do that. Very clever. Good job. All right, yay. Let's give a clap. So you can just submit that. Don't forget the writing part of it, right? About 250 words needs to be added. Submit it with the picture here, and then we'll go from there. Good job. All right, that's two of you. Anybody else want to present today? Anybody else there presenting? No? Okay. We've got about 10 minutes left. So what I wanted to do was cover the other major assignment for the course. So U4A9, I don't think anybody submitted anything. Let me see. U4A9, no, nobody submitted, so that's good. I'm going to explain what the ideas are, and then I'll take a Q&A afterwards, and maybe we continue it next week. We're not doing a Padlet this week, but if you want to, we can talk a little bit more. We can do a Padlet activity next week, but it depends. And then this course, do you guys know when your exam is for this course? Did the administration tell you? It's in February, I think, right? September, October, November, December, January, February. Did they give you a date for your final exam? Your administration in Myanmar?
No, they just told that it was in February. That's it.
So, I mean, that's why you should probably get the assignments out of the way. It's the exam and the ISU. I can't remember, but did I explain the ISU in a previous class?
I think very briefly you went over Martin Luther's speech, and you mentioned that we're going to listen to the speech, and that's all I recall.
But did we listen to it or no? We just looked at it?
We just looked at it, yes.
Okay, so maybe what I can do is for next week is the MLK. I can do a bit more on the ISU because that's the final major assignment for the course that you can also present to get higher marks for it. It's the exam and the ISU together create your final mark, but if you present it, then I can increase the mark on the ISU. So you get closer to around 80 or 90 even. 90 is a good, because the exam is not easy, but it's not hard, but it's not easy either. So at least with the ISU, you can get a higher final mark with your cumulative mark. As you know, all of these activities or mark book activities, 70% is for the activities that you do, and then the other 30% is for the exam and the ISU. But we can do that next time. So let me just explain what's happening for unit U4A9. So this activity is Brave New World themes, and you're basically creating a PPT based on one of 4 themes. So when you go through the actual activity content, you will see the 4 themes listed. One theme is the use of technology to control society, which is something that Heng Zhang brought up in his presentation, but the use of technology. The consumer society, right? This one you might need to think about a little bit more. Just the ideas economic growth, how people, it relates to the ideas of media, like why people want to financially expend money, or what they're interested in, what their interests and attitudes are in, and how they are formulated. The incompatibility of true happiness and truth, which I believe is something you explore throughout other units. But here in this one, how happiness is created and happiness is created basically by delusion, right? You're using soma, the drug soma, and truth. What is actual truth? What is the truth being told to people? Who knows the truth? The caste system and the idea of truth. And then the final theme that you can choose from is the dangers of an all-powerful state. And what you're doing is creating a PPT, and it's kind of open, meaning you're not asked to explore necessarily how to explore it. You're just told to explore these 4 themes. Choosing one of the 4 themes, and you can do it through characters. Maybe there's some ideas here. You could do it through examples. You could do it through plot, image, metaphor, symbol, all of those things. So it's up to you how you want to organize your presentation. So it's kind of an open format, which presents a bit of a challenge, right? If you're used to having the ideas. So here's the actual assignment. It says your task is to choose one of the themes below and create a PPT or Prezi or blah, blah, blah. You should have a minimum of 7 slides, And then you can email me as well. These are the major themes again, and a rubric, right? So it's an open kind of PPT that you're creating, but you have to decide how you want to explore the theme that you choose. Again, characters, symbol, image, a combination of those. It's up to you. So let's take a look at a couple of examples. And then I will take any questions and then let you go. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, so if you look here, I'm gonna hide this so you can see a bit more on my screen, because I know. So if you look here, you can see this student chose the theme technology as an agent of power, right? Oops. Okay, we'll take a couple look. A life filled with parties, little to average work, abuse of power, misuse of power. Some really great images here. Soma, technology. Like Soma is technology. It is a drug. It's not something that is grown in the land. It's actually manufactured drug, right? Now, if you look at this presentation, it's quite colorful, right? So, you know, that's one of the positives of it. What do you notice about this presentation that might be a deduction of marks? Anything problematic about it?
There's a little too many words on
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, so if this was just, you know, I think this person actually created a video presentation, but even still, this is a lot too much. This slide is not bad. This is okay. You can probably reduce this to point form, but even shorter. Now, the thing is, the student included a lot of support here, sorry. Support. Using a quote from the book, that's fine. But if you're doing a presentation, you really don't need to include the actual quote, or you could make this shorter on the left. This page is way too much. Even though it's colorful, it's really nice to look at. A presentation doesn't need this many words. And in fact, if you're presenting it, you would be telling me this information, and then there should be more images or pictures on the slide. Okay, let's take a look at another one.